All right, and we are recording. Let me tell you,
We're recording now, yeah?
Yeah, we're recording. All right. Well, Pedro's doing that. Welcome to another episode of Two Touch Podcast. And today we joined by two guests, Teza and Hassan. What's going on, man?
Are you
Teza
okay?
pulling up.
No worries, man.
Teza,
Oh.
always.
Pleasure to be back.
But going back to tonight's episode, it is called Controversial Opinions. So we're just going to go around the table. Everyone's going to pick a number, 1, 2, 4, and then we're just going to have the discussion in relation to that topic, that opinion. So before anyone gets on to us, we did not make these controversial remarks, okay? So
Oh yeah, most people start saying, no, seriously, people on Instagram are hitting us up like, as if it's like, whoa, dude, like,
we didn't come up
I would just back it, man. I would stand
I'm
on.
back to you sometimes.
Yeah.
Tommy is better than Bellingham, but anyway.
That's a crazy take.
So who wants to go first, boys?
yeah, you can go
guess.
first.
New guess.
Okay, yeah, why not?
Pick
Why not?
a number between 1 to 4.
3. What
Okay.
should be the hardest one now?
This will get us talking. This will get us talking. So the Premier League is at an all-time low in terms of quality. So,
You know, for that, I'm a 50-50 to be honest.
50-50?
I think it is, and I also don't think it is. Because when you think of it,
Yeah.
most of the talents now coming from the new season are all coming from La Liga, from the French League, Ligue 1, and from Serie A as well. When you look at over the years, look at Rennes, how good their academy group is and the players they built. You've got Rafinha, you've got Dembele, you've got all these players that are coming through. Even Bayern Munich as well. They've got players that are reaching out and doing all these things as well. Look at the Premier League this season, how many players have been signed on. Shesko, you've got Wirtz, you've got all these top-notch players. Okay, yes, fair enough. Like when you look at it, you see Wirtz not performing to the best that he can, but on his day, he's unreal. Gravenberch, last year, one of the best midfielders you'll catch. Even this season as well, he's doing bits. But then the Prem, to be fair, have always made and produced world-class players. You look at, example, Liam Delap, coming from City as well, been unreal. You got Cole Palmer, everyone knows how good he is. And then you get Bellingham as well, coming from Birmingham City to go to Dortmund, to go to Real Madrid. It's just unreal.
For me, it's more of a case of like the players that have come to the Prem, especially this summer. I was expecting a lot better. If we look at the transfer window in terms of the signings that have been made, not just outside the Premier League, but within the Premier League as well. So obviously with is that
I feel like
going
you're throwing
to,
subs at us.
Hey,
but go on.
so obviously with is that going to Liverpool? Wirtz coming into the league as well. I've been kind of left disappointed with the quality due to a lot of teams now relying on corner kicks, a lot of teams relying on long throws.
Exactly.
In past years, we've seen the Premier League and we've been like, whoa.
Exactly,
But now I don't know. I'm watching some matches.
At first,
thinking,
one thing I
what?
noticed as well, over the years, it used to be open play, brilliant football needed. But now you're looking at Arsenal doing corners week in, week out, Brentford with their long throws.
Yeah.
It's getting boring to that point. I can see why a lot of people are having that controversial opinion saying that, oh yeah, well, a lot of teams are doing better, you know, like outside of the Premier League as well and stuff like that. But when I've always seen it, like, you know, me watching it as a kid, coming here to the UK, watching my uncle actually watch and play for Liverpool as well. Yeah. I've always seen him at that level back then. Open play was always important. You never would see him always scoring from corners and things like that.
The question is now to you guys actually.
Okay.
Do you think set piece coaches are good for the Prem, or do you think they're bad for the Prem?
I mean, I think set pieces are important. I think they showed us that 33, but there's a chance to. I think in a season you can score 33% of your goals from set pieces. So if you ignore them, those are almost 3 goals. Obviously, you have to be able to develop them to the level of like an Arsenal or a Brentford. But to the point that Hassan was making before about teams and playing in open play, I think 2 things haven't been identified. That this is a tournament year. So this is World Cup year and this is AFCON year. And I think in prior seasons leading up to this, teams are actually playing too much football. So I think that's reduced the quality. And then on top of that, what's happened is you've had a lot of change. Because normally you have a little bit of change you mentioned transfers before, where teams come and sign players. But I think this is like a unique season where I think there's like almost 5, 6, 7, 8 teams that are going through a mini transition. United going through a transition. Liverpool going through a transition. Chelsea always going through a transition.
Even Sunderland as well.
Sunderland,
Massive
City. Then you get the promoted teams. Then there's teams that haven't been in Europe and now in Europe. This has got the most teams in Europe
that we've seen.
that we've seen. So I think those are like external factors that are probably contributing. And then when I said the tournament year, I think there's certain players who, yes, are playing for positions, but they don't want to get injured as well. I actually think that second half of the season, you might see teams or players kicking a bit more. Because they're like, oh, actually, World Cup's in X amount. If I put
I need
on
to
a
make
run,
sure I got a spot.
Whereas now, I think you get to a period where some teams just look tired. Like when I watch Aston Villa play, I think they all look knackered. They went through like all the way to the quarterfinals in the Champions League after not being in the Champions League for what, 30 years or something. That is probably mentally burning them out. Then even teams lower down in the league, like Everton, brand new stadium, re-energised, Moyes back. So it's really quite difficult to tell because I think a lot of teams are going through change. Normally, there's 3. The team that some teams that come up and then teams add. But now, if you can literally go through the top 10, maybe 12, and you think big change, big change, big change,
Even
big change.
Bournemouth.
They're doing wonders now.
What do you think?
Exactly. So
No, I think players have gotten technically better than back in the day.
100%.
But it's the coaching in terms of the winning is so important that you're gonna pick off any scrap. So that's why it's then become about set pieces rather than open play, because everyone is relying, I gotta win or I'm gonna get sacked or ABC. So it's almost like I feel like the standard in the Prem has actually gotten tighter rather than wider, if that makes sense. Because typically in the Prem, anyone can beat anyone, and we know that side around. And that comes down to the technical ability, yes, coaching, but then other teams leaning on their strengths.
But do you expect more?
I expect more, but at the same time, it's the coaching, but as well as, like you just said, like the World Cup and African Cup of Nations. Like at some point, I was thinking, is Salah trying to save himself for the for AFCON, or like is he just playing under his skin? Just
one thing I want to add to that is as well, not many people or players understand from that perspective how big it is to represent your national team. And the one thing like I've always noticed as well, me like example playing for Morocco, or even watching the players from the national team like Senegal or South Africa, or even teams like Gambia or even like Brazil or Argentina, they look at it and they think, okay, this is a big step. We've got the World Cup coming in less than a year. We've got to get ready and prepared for that. Because at the end of the day, playing game football, everyone thinks that, okay, yes, you can play week in, week out. The World Cup, you only get one shot to represent your entire nation, to look at how big it is, to make sure that, because bear in mind, you get billions of people watching, not just a few millions or a few spectations. You're getting streamed everywhere. You want to try and represent your nation with a big pride. Like when I went to watch the African Nations last year, and to watch the World Cup as well, it was an amazing thing for my country as well, for Morocco. Seeing them reach the semi-finals of the World Cup, beating the likes of Spain, Portugal, watching France, drawing to Croatia, beating Belgium. That level, no one understands how hard it is to get to that level.
So you're basically saying people are playing it safe.
To be fair, I feel like there's also another layer. Yes, there's playing it safe, but also you got to remember the sort of international sort of competitions. For some teams, it's actually they get a look in. For example, Amrabat, no one was paying an iron like on him, but after the World Cup, it was like, you know what, we can get him. So like other players are gonna save themselves to be like, no, I'm gonna get this move. It's like get in there, I'm all the way in.
And on top of that as well, there's African teams that are going to be playing AFCON and then World Cup. That doesn't normally happen where there's two major teams from Senegal, Morocco and stuff qualifying.
Egypt, Morocco, Algeria,
like
Tunisia.
There's players who think, right, I play week in, week out, but I'm maybe at another top level, but I might be on the plane to play in AFCON and then 4 or 5 months later get to play in USA as well.
Due to the intensity as well, I don't know, what I'm gathering is a lot of players probably putting their country before the club.
Yeah.
I don't think it's intentional though.
It's just subconscious.
It's not intentional, it's
just
mentality.
subconscious.
From like, so when you're thinking as a player, a lot of people think that, oh, it's just, you know, I should be focusing on club, I should be doing this. But your mentality is different from one point of perspective representing your nation than it is to club. Because with club, you can always have a new transfer. You can always move to a new club. You can always progress better as a player in a new club. Whereas for the country, you only get one chance to represent your nation. Like example, you get Jadon Sancho, Saka as well. How much criticism did they get in the World Cup? So much. And even in the Euros as well, when they missed the penalties, how much hate did they get as players because they didn't do well for their nation? Even like, you look at the players now like Bellingham, who's unreal. I think he's a world-class midfielder. I mean, depending, against Pedri, I think Pedri's better. But in my personal opinion, when you look at the World Cup and you see, even like if you look at England's squad, they have generational talent. I'm not even joking. Their squad is enough to even get to the World Cup final. But it's the way that the passion that they show. Sometimes a lot of players look at club level is more important than it is to national
So
level.
you think it's having a knock-on effect on what's happening?
Exactly.
Okay, so just to wrap it up then, guys. Oh no, for me it just seems like the quality, sometimes I'm falling asleep.
There
I
are
think it's down to coaching,
Yeah.
like in terms of that.
Do you think the coaches have gone down?
No. I actually think the coaches are better. I think
They
it's the
are.
best standard of coaching you've ever had. But because of that, what you were saying there before is that everybody's cancelling each other out. So they're looking for small margins. So it's like set piece, throw in, or for 50 to 75 minutes, we need to be really tight. And then in the last 15 minutes, to try and win it. Whereas
Exactly.
the
Training
quality
on a
gap
day-to-day
is a bit
basis has
different.
always been like that now. You look at this season as well, even when I'm training and playing, it's been like that from the start. I think one training session I've had to do this week, just solely on defending from corners or from doing corner kicks as well, or free kicks as well, or even like example long throw-ins as well. We even started doing that in training as well. And I find it ridiculous. I even told my coach the other day, the game's gone. From that point.
Gone are the days of just throwing it down the line.
From that point.
For someone,
Because think of it, as a goalkeeper for myself, right? How on earth am I meant to be prepared for on a week in, week out game where you have realistically, let's say in my level right now in the reserve league, playing against Altrincham or Solihull or even Eastleigh, you look at that level there, you have maximum 5 or 6 corners a game, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time from that level, they don't even get it right into the middle of the box. They're either hoofing it to the back or they're hoofing it to the front. In that opinion, it makes it easier just
So
to
it's
knock
just
it
a
on.
gamble,
When you look at Arsenal, week in, week out, they're basically playing to a certain level now where that ball is always getting whipped in towards where that goalkeeper is. It's so much pressure to a point.
And
how are you
also
going to catch
So
it?
holding the
actually,
keeper,
just
touching
based
the
on
keeper.
that, as a goalkeeper,
Yeah.
what's the best way? Because obviously we watch it, we say, "Oh,
Yeah.
why didn't
should have
who's the
cut
guy?
him out,
The
or-
nana,
Yeah.
why didn't he like punch it, catch it, or whatever?" So, what's the best way as a goalkeeper to tackle that? Is that more on the defense, or is that more on the goalkeeper needs to be stronger?
You know, it's both. So one, as a goalkeeper, as myself, like being ready to catch the ball or to punch it out or to do any things I need to do. There's 2 things that I do. One of them I seriously hate doing, and that's faking an injury or getting hurt.
I hate goalkeepers.
No, but believe it or not, it always works in terms of that because
keepers are protected.
Yeah.
It's like FIFA.
Well-
do you know if you nudge your goalkeeper a little bit, hey,
exactly. But another thing as well, like say example, I had a game on Saturday, and for my position, I actually punched the ball out because when you have like 2 or 3 defenders, or even 1 defender, pushing you away, trying hard for you to even catch the ball, you're at that point where you start to struggle. You don't know what you're supposed to do. Like, are you ready to catch it? Are you ready to distribute it? And you only have a few seconds as well to even decide what you're going
Because
to
like, do
do.
you fight this dude or you just focus on the ball? Because actually,
Because sometimes it'll be at a point where, let's say example, your main defender could come and knock it off. Or it could be a point where he could even miss it or get an own goal. So you have to be prepared in many situations to say, okay, do I stand in the middle? Do I stand to the front? Do I stand to the back? If I'm in the middle, am I ready to catch the ball, punch it out, or be ready in case another defender from the other team or attacker or midfielder is ready to hit it? So I'm ready to catch it or save it or do what I need to do.
So you have to be
So-
thinking on the spot.
to be fair, something
So
similar.
a lot of goalkeepers, they have to, their mentality has to be worked on a lot. We actually do, like for myself, I actually play a lot of chess, I do things like that. So strategically figure out what I'm supposed to do as well, how I can prepare myself as well.
Okay.
So like,
I've always wanted to get that point.
and the problem is as well, like, example for myself, I'm not used to speaking that much English. I'm used to speaking in Spanish or French.
Right.
So in my situation, when I'm here to play and do what I need to do, sometimes my Spanish knocks out a bit. I say a bit as well, and that some of the players don't understand what I'm doing or what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's because coming from an experience playing from abroad, coming to the UK, it's a little bit different. And most people think now that, oh, they should just rely on the keeper, or they should rely on defenders. It's a whole team.
Because low
connection
key, it's
to
almost like a reflex, really, the sharp.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
whatever just comes out.
Yeah,
just-
Exactly. Yeah.
To be fair, something happened like in the game of the weekend, the City game. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Donnarumma.
We actually got
Yeah.
held, but for some reason, I know you think it was light, but it is.
It was
off-putting.
like, it is
Right.
off-putting. It was a 2-second thing, but it's enough to...
The ball was already in the air.
Yeah, it just been
I
taken.
think that's what he was trying to do. He's praying
Yeah.
for the foul, or he's pretending that.
Yeah,
he's-
because-
But that's the thing, Donnarumma didn't necessarily play for the foul. He still punched it.
But
or
at the end,
tipped it.
but I think there was enough pressure for Donnarumma to be put off, but there was also not enough pressure for Donnarumma to play for the foul because it was a quick.
Yeah,
and then it was-
exactly.
yeah.
It was just a quick, but that's the thing. Subconscious, like you're just saying, playing chess. It's like you gotta somewhat ignore those little things,
Yeah.
and then still react to it. But yeah.
So with
that's
that
very
being said, then moving on to
Mm-hmm.
opinion, we got number 1, 2, and 4. Go on,
Alright.
sir.
I'll take 1.
Casemiro is Manchester United's most important player.
Yeah, I'll take one of the United boys.
Hey,
To take this one.
Most important player.
think about it.
Like,
I know I am.
Think about it. It's not as
Realistically,
clear,
no.
it's not as clear cut as you guys think.
I think it is.
You think?
In my opinion, I don't think so.
You think
You
he
think
is?
he
No. I think
Oh.
he isn't. I think it's clear cut. As in, like,
I think he
Fair
isn't.
enough. I don't
don't
think he is.
I've got a few reasons as why it's not.
Yeah,
but
I think he is.
there is
Yeah.
a few.
I'm sorry.
It's difficult to. I know why you're saying that because of the way we play, and obviously the stats are shown.
Yeah, take him out of the team.
Yeah,
Put someone like Ugarte.
yeah, no,
No good.
we
Put someone like
actually-
Menu. Menu can't play that
I feel
position.
like I've put
So
in a battle
who's
for that.
who's the next one up if he's not
Do
playing?
you know what I would have done? If last season they still kept Amrabat, I would have put him in there.
Or the season before?
Yeah, season before. Because when you look at him, the way he played, it's exactly the same as Casemiro in that style. Playing as a powerhouse, being at the back, pushing up to the front. Of course, he doesn't score that many goals.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
But
It's the goals.
the way that he's defending now, you look at him at Betis now. He's been unreal this season. Look at Anthony as well. Being there as
La
well.
Liga tax.
Okay.
La Liga
But if we
tax,
focus
man.
solely on
Yeah.
Casemiro, for
Yeah.
me, if you take him out of that United team, there's no one else who can be as effective as he's currently being at the moment.
So I actually,
And
I get what you're saying, but I actually, I agree, but I don't agree at the same time. Thinking about it, because with Casemiro, I think the reason why Casemiro looks so good is systematically how we play. There's a lot of importance on him,
Exactly. Yeah.
so he's good at what he does. But I also think if a different manager came in and changed how we played slightly, he wouldn't be as
But
important.
like, if we're talking facts, this current manager and the current system that we've got, if he's looking good systematically, why can't Amarin just put Ugarte there just to replace him?
Well,
Yeah, but
There's
one
an
thing-
element of
yeah, but one thing is
favoritism and
experience.
Yeah.
Casemiro's had that experience playing in the Champions League. Won 5 Champions Leagues to his name. Sorry, is it 4 or 3 or 5?
I think it's
Multiple anyway.
I think it's 4.
He's won too many Champions Leagues,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
That team that he's built around with, he's had the best players in the world. You've
Okay.
had Ronaldo. At his prime was unreal.
Okay.
But then you've got Benzema as well. But even that as well, having that holding midfielder of having Toni Kroos and Modric as well, he's always had that experience being around him. So when he's brought it to United, you're looking at it right now, okay, yes, they've got Lindelof at back with Maguire. You've got up front, you've got Bruno Fernandes with, depending on who it's going to be on the right or on the left as well. Amad Diallo is an unreal player from what I've seen as well. But he doesn't track back that much. From what I've seen, compared to last season, he hasn't tracked back a lot.
He's tracked back even
But-
more this season.
No, from what I've seen, the games that you've lost this season, it's
Yeah.
because the wing backs do not drop back that much. And because of what it is, they're always cutting in, always getting those goals coming in, and of course set pieces as well. But one thing I noticed as well, with Casemiro as well, the way he holds the ball now, the Premier League is too physical, it's too tactical, it's very quick on their feet. Casemiro now, he's got the experience, but he's not as quick as he used to be.
But
So
we've
amount of
been knowing
times-
this is the thing, we've been knowing this since last year.
Yes.
So what's changed from when all the fans wanted him out last year compared to now with him starting every game? So
Okay,
Well,
let's
it's-
go.
well, look at lights, 'cause he's been scoring.
To
Go
be
on, I'll let
honest,
you go,
I
then I'll
think
go.
my answer in terms of who's the most important is kind of left field, and it's only based on a very, very small sample size, and that's the new keeper. The reason for that is he's instilled confidence in the back line and then everyone going forward. If you're to take him out, everyone's going to be second doubting themselves. I feel like it's a confidence conversation, and that's why he's the most important, because he's instilled that confidence in terms of the team going forward. Like, also, he doesn't complicate it, because your previous players, because that's why I feel like low-key through the other keeper, I can't remember what his name is. Low-key or Nana, but sometimes...
Bayanda.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was still trying to play it around the back, do you know what I mean? Whereas this keeper is just, they'll go long. That, I feel like...
In my opinion, that's better. It's way better to hit it out than play from the back.
It's like your back line is settled, and it's not just your back line. Even your DM is a lot more settled. Everyone, like, it's a confidence in the team that one keeper has brought in. But then if Onana came back, you'd be saying the same thing again. You'd be like, Casemiro's this and that. Because that's the thing. I feel like when Casemiro's getting the stick, yes, borderline deserved, but at the same time, almost everyone just lost their heads.
Thing is, though, I know why you're saying this, to counteract it from a United point of view. United have conceded 5 goals with Casemiro on the pitch. When he's not on the pitch, we conceded 11.
Yeah.
So, and in those games, Lammens has only played, Sunderland, Brighton, Nottingham Forest and Liverpool, 4 games.
Yeah.
So Casemiro was still playing before Lammens was in, and
look at the Arsenal game, for example.
Yeah.
How solid he was in the Arsenal game.
Yeah, and then that's the outlier where we consider we lost with him in the team. I think the reason why you've probably brought that up is because the way we play with Casemiro's role, it's a dual role. It's you have to be good on the ball, but also you have to be disciplined to stay there. And I don't think anyone else in the team could do that.
Yeah.
We've seen it when Ugarte comes on the field, even though he did against Liverpool, and people will praise him. I don't know what people were watching, but he just runs around kicking shins or passing the ball sideways. He hasn't got the same kind of like calm as you said about Lammens, and he hasn't got experience. He hasn't got the ball playing ability. And Casemiro is our second top goal scorer this season as well.
Yeah.
So we concede less with him. He scored 3 goals and he's got 2 assists or 1 assist.
Yeah.
So, and the stat is, since he's been at United, he's got 32 goals and assists as a DM, which is a bit ridiculous.
It's unreal.
One thing is, women lie, men lie, but Casemiro's numbers are not lying.
To be fair, I hear you. And to be fair, like in terms of Casemiro, it also comes down to the IQ. He is experienced. I mean, we just talked about his trophies. He doesn't feel the pressure that everyone feels. If that makes sense, because it's like, I've done this before. If at international level, like in terms of the pressure,
One thing I noticed earlier that you said about playing from the back, Casemiro, the reason why he's been doing so well this season is because he's not dropping 2 back to be playing that back. Like, look at example the game this weekend for Liverpool against Aston Villa. Salah scored from playing from the back with Aston Villa. They made a horrible mistake and Salah scored and curled it in and got it in. And that's the problem when you look at teams like that, because they haven't got that much experience playing from the back. Because now it's all been systematically, because City have been doing it for years. Liverpool have been doing it for years. So we're going to copy how they're playing. Like even now, you got PSG last season, beginning of the kickoff, they're kicking it down to the corner flag. So now you see the Prem, everyone's doing that now. But I feel like it's just, if you follow one team, everyone follows them. But Casemiro's been sticking to his position about what he does because he knows what's best for him. And since this season, Casemiro has been unreal. I wouldn't say he's the best midfielder this season because you had Caicedo that's been playing unreal. Gravenberch has been played. But for United, he's been unreal. And I think if he continues the way he's been playing, I think United not only could get more wins and hopefully get that guy with the 5 haircut to find the shave off. But from looking at it, if United continue to play the way that they are, they could easily get top 4. You know, get those
the way
wins
the league
that
is at the moment, it's open. It's really open. You know?
Like literally last week, Liverpool were dropped down to 7th, and now they're already back to 2nd.
And just to wrap it up. Sorry, like just on like to piggyback on what you said.
because of not passing from the back, Casemiro is not receiving the ball, looking at his own goal.
Yeah.
He is actually looking at the opposition that way. So it is a lot better for him to use his
Because
head.
it's very slow. It's very slow.
Exactly. So using that same experience, he
Yeah.
can actually read when an opponent's coming, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Because the keeper, now going back to my importance of the keeper, because he's lumping it long,
Taking it
so
long,
he
yeah.
gets to look at the game that way rather than facing his own goal.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that he struggles with.
But to answer that, no, he's not the most important player.
First, so
most
if he isn't,
important-
Ultimately.
but if he isn't, one answer, no explanation, one answer, who is the most important player
Bruno
for United?
Fernandes.
I think Amad Diallo. I think the way we play.
Oh,
I said Ahmad. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. I think the way United to play with the swing at the wing back, we don't have any other player who can do what Ahmad can do.
Cool.
Carrying the ball in the box, all that shooting, scoring.
Right.
I
You
hear
said-
it.
you
No,
said
look, I'm
Lammens.
sticking with it. Yeah, I'm sticking with my.
How about yourself?
For me, I would say, as much as I don't like his attitude, I would say Bruno Fernandes. Where he can bring creativity-wise to the pitch, in and out, you know, from playing, not only from a centre middle as well, but playing up front as well, getting those assists, getting those
His
goals.
numbers don't lie too.
It's
I hate
like-
to say.
he's
Yes,
unreal.
but I think
Yeah.
he's replaceable. I think he's very replaceable.
He can be very replaceable. If you can get that world-class cam, or even like the position where Fernandes plays. But the only problem is, who would you sign? That's the question.
No, I'm
to
saying
replace
he's
him.
very
Yeah, exactly.
replaceable within the team. There's someone
Yeah.
there within the team who can maybe not get the goals and assists, but can bring more of a
Like
Calmness.
positionally, you can bring
calmness to
someone in.
the
Yeah.
team
I hear
sometimes.
that.
Because I feel like him and Cunha are very, very similar in terms of what
They
they
are,
want to do
yeah.
sometimes.
They are.
And that can be a hindrance for us moving forward,
Yeah.
you see. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, who's your answer?
Casemiro, bro.
Oh, so that's your
Casemiro,
opinion then.
But for me,
That
if we
United
look
fan,
at
yeah, that's what it is.
if we look at it for what it is, there's no one else who can do what he's doing effectively. Because if we go down the team, probably the goalkeeper probably comes second close. Sesko, you can play Mbeumo up front. Mbeumo, you can play Ahmad in his position. Cunha, you can play Manu in his position. You can even play Bruno Fernandes in position. Bruno Fernandes, you can play Manu in his position. Ugarte,
You
if you
can
really
play
want
Mount
to be
as well,
defensive.
yeah.
Mount there as well. Dalot, don't talk to me about Dalot, but Dog can play in his position. And the
Dalot-
centre backs talk for themselves. So.
I
is that one player.
genuinely just think it's Ahmad. I just think you take Ahmad out of the team and
Yeah.
we play. We saw it last season when he was injured. We were bad. We had Mazraoui
So bad.
Is it
and
because we
Dalot.
just didn't have anyone else?
Yeah,
in the
I mean,
pitch
look how many
because
games
we're
we
bad,
lost.
or-
Pressing, we the wing backs we have, barring Ahmad, he's the only one who can take the ball from his own half and beat 2-3 man.
Yeah.
All of a
And
sudden-
like his IQ, he's very talented, and he's not that quick.
Nah, he's quick.
He's quick.
I don't
He's
think
quick.
he's that quick.
Oh,
I don't think
he's
he's that quick.
nah,
I just
he's
think
quick.
very
Well,
quick.
he's strong.
Really?
He's one of them who's quicker with the ball than without.
Okay,
So
fair.
ball at feet, he's like
He's got
Yeah,
quick
I just
like
think I just think he's very good at
He's
dribbling.
strong
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Moving on, we've only got two more, so 2 or 4.
That's really quick.
I go 4.
4. Leicester City winning the Prem is a bigger achievement than Arsenal invincible season.
Gonna annoy some Arsenal fans today.
I don't think CDL will like that, you know.
Yeah. Ooh. So what? Leicester City is a bigger achievement than
Than
Arsenal Invincibles.
Invincibles.
Yeah,
I'd say no.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'll say yes as well.
I'm gonna say yeah.
I'm going to say no.
Really?
Yeah.
Arsenal Invincibles who drew 12 times.
Yeah, I know. 80 something points.
Yeah.
There's teams that have won the league and won more games than Arsenal.
So
Invincibles.
do you kick it off then?
No.
So why do you think yeah?
So the reason is because that was Leicester's second full-time season in the
It's a
Prem.
miracle season. Like that's all I can say.
I know the quality of the Premier League had dropped a lot
Yeah,
that
a lot,
season,
yeah.
but if you look through that Leicester team, they only had there's three players that are borderline world class.
Mm-hmm.
Before that season, no one would have
No.
been saying they're world class. People said they're good players, being Vardy, Mahrez, and Kante.
Yeah.
But they elevated to a level where Mahrez then soon went to City, Kante went to Chelsea, Vardy stayed, but he's at a level where he was performing with the other top guys.
Into the international team as well.
International team. They played just an old school 4-4-2. Kante was like 3 men
Just
in the
everywhere,
midfield. Mahrez was dubs in guys.
And you think about
Nah, they played 4-5-2.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guys that you just mentioned, Mahrez and Kante, went on to win AFCON. Mahrez won the AFCON,
Yeah.
and Kante won the World Cup.
Well, Kante, exactly, and
That's true,
Kante
yeah.
back-to-back Premier Leagues with two
Yeah.
different teams as well. I think the why Leicester won is such a massive thing is because Ranieri wasn't there for very long. He came in, whatever he did in terms of the dressing room spirit was enough to... The team just kept going.
Yeah.
And it was almost like every single game they were winning, it was just like, well, it doesn't matter who we play.
And
We
it
just beat
wasn't
them.
just like set piece. It was just every type of
Yeah,
ball.
it was Vardy scoring screamers.
I hate the goal he
against
scored
Liverpool.
against us.
Against Liverpool.
Ooh,
Midnight,
that goal is stuck in my mind.
Oh, the way Di Maria, I don't know if that was first season or the season that won when Di Maria.
No, that was the season before.
But anyway, the beat us. Vardy went on a 10-game scoring streak, I think.
Yeah.
That was the season they won the league. The Vardy
Okay,
scoring
so
run,
there you go. Just in terms of team spirit, I know you're involved with so how important is it to have like an important team spirit within the group?
Very big. I think, to be honest with you, it's when they say, oh, it's all about the football, it's always about the team spirit, the passion you show towards the team as well. Like even when I was at Macclesfield or even at Bury or even playing for the national team as well and the teams I was with, the passion you would have towards the club, trying the best you can, says, yes, I'm going to do this for my country, I'm going to get the side tackle in, I'm going to try and make that save, I'm going to try and score that goal. It just doesn't complete it. Like there's too many words to show in it because it's more action when you do it than it is words. And I think, so I'm just trying to translate. Like one thing I've noticed as well is that when your team morale goes down, or like your motivation towards the club goes down, your performance goes down as well. Like look at example this season with Wolves. Their motivation has gone dropped.
Yeah.
Last season they were doing well. They were literally doing pretty decent, you know, for what it is. They're in relegation now. They could literally be knocked out before it is.
We got two points.
But then even like look at
that's
then
insane.
look
10
at
games.
Wolves, no.
And then look at
Like
Sunderland.
Sunderland, for example.
And then look at Sunderland this season. They're not only because of the players that they bought, but the way they play as a team, their passion that they showed towards that club. They're beating Chelsea 2-1. They're literally beating, you know, all the teams that you can think of and say, oh yeah, we're going to beat Sunderland on the weekend. They go turn around and beat them. But I think, in my opinion, team performance has always been a key aspect for any player, whether you're a goalkeeper, whether you're a midfielder, striker, or even a defender. And that's how it is and it should be, because that way you can learn more as a player, but also as a person as well, to become more of a better player.
Yeah.
And
teammate as well.
Exactly, yeah. Because if you can get along with them, you can get along with your teammates, you work on and off as well on the pitch, it's the main aspect as well. And that's how you can progress better as a player.
Yeah.
And that's also how you can progress better as a team as well, and you can go progress forward.
What do you think of like Leicester or Arsenal?
No, I think it's Leicester because they did something that's unheard of in terms of just like that season they were just hot. So for me, like with Arsenal, everyone kind of knew, and the fact that they had 12 draws, to me, yes, that's dope, but at the same time, it's like,
Come on, man.
They got to a point where they were winning, and then it was like, because people were talking about they can go undefeated,
unbeaten,
it was like, okay, we will try and win, but it's better
Let's
to not
protect.
lose. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas for Leicester, they literally almost got relegated the previous season.
Well.
Brought in Ranieri, signed Kante.
And
Vardy-
no one knew Kante was.
Exactly.
No.
I remember that season, the season you were talking about before,
Yeah.
14-15. Vardy wasn't really playing, and then when he did play, they had Nigel Atkins, and he was playing like 3-4-3, and Vardy was playing like left wing and stuff. And then
They moved him into
Ranieri was like, no, Okazaki,
Okazaki,
Vardy,
yeah.
run it back,
Okazaki's
old
just
school
gonna be the
thing.
fighter in there,
Yeah.
like,
And then they were just beating guys. Robert Huth and Wes Morgan. Come on,
Yeah.
man. Then Arsenal had Torre and Campbell.
They had
I mean, when you look at this one, if you look at this one, you expect it to win.
Patrick Vieira, Henri
it's
Perez.
yeah.
So just to wrap up, so Leicester was a bigger achievement.
Yeah.
You still, you do not want to change your mind, my friend, or are you sticking with?
I mean, in all honesty, Leicester's team that they won the Premier League with was unreal. Like, it's like something you'd write out of a poem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that level. But then when you look at how difficult it is to win games on a week in, week out, or even to keep that draw as well, to hopefully not get that level where it is, it's very difficult. Because, like, look at last season as well. When you look at, season before, with Bayer Leverkusen, how difficult was it for them to get that undefeated season where you're beating every single team and drawing as much as you can to get to that 93rd minute, or to get that 95th minute, or to get what you need to do for that.